Hi everyone. Thank you for the introduction and welcome to the session. So yes, as in my introduction, I have a background in chemistry, did my PhD, which I completed a few years ago. Following that, I really was on the track for the academic route. After my PhD, I postdoced, went great. Unfortunately, for those of you who know the ins and outs of applying for funding and so on, sometimes it's not successful. After that, I decided, well, I still love the academic route. Let me carry on. I applied for a job. I started lecturing. I actually lectured at medical school, teaching the physiotherapy students first year chemistry. It was a lot of fun. But I felt I was starting to stagnate a little bit, and I thought, well, what else is out there? That led me to SRM, which, as per introduction, is a global risk management consultancy and intelligence consultancy. It was started in 2005. We have offices in 7 countries, over 300 employees, and speak over 30 languages as a company, personally not. So what SRM offers, and I'll get to why the chemists make sense here, but what SRM offers is essentially intelligence, resilience, and response. So what that means is our clients come to us with questions, we provide them with actionable intelligence, allowing them to make appropriate decisions or better decisions that will then sort of not adversely affect them. This ranges from looking at issues of corruption, looking at investors, money laundering concerns. For example, recently I worked on a project for an oil and gas company looking at investing in West Africa, where their partner company, or the company they were looking at partnering with, through investigations, we actually found that the shareholders, or the real shareholders, weren't who it said on the tin, and it turned out to be a politically connected individual who'd already been caught up and charged with corruption and money laundering and embezzlement within the oil and gas sector. So therefore our client pulled back, stopped them from going in with someone who was probably going to be doing that. Then the resilience, we all offer cybersecurity and actual security. There we look at companies' systems, of their security systems, both physical and cyber, help them implement better protocols. And finally, response, which is, well, when things go wrong, you need someone to help you. We help you. Whether that's management of the fallout of reputational fallout, or alternatively, we offer things like ransom response. We offer security in terms of cyber attacks. We'll come in, we'll try to get your data back. That's SRM. So, you wouldn't think a chemist makes much sense there. Everyone thinks it's going to be a business background. Actually, we take people from all over. We have academics across various fields. We do have economists. We've got a medical doctor, lots of people from the army, police service. Pretty much throw a dartboard at a faculty and we've probably got someone working in the company. The reason being that you have transferable skills. It was something it took me a while to learn after I graduated with my PhD. I was, well, I have a PhD in chemistry, that means I can do chemistry. I can do it really well, but I can only do chemistry. And then that sort of pigeonholed me in my own mind, and I couldn't see the idea of even extending slightly outside the field. Then I actually attended one of these events and met someone else who was a scientist who'd made exactly the same switch, who was working for SRM. She had a background in microbiology, a master's. And through discussing with her, and what I've learned since, is that think about what your real skills that are not specific to your field of research are. I mean, if you think about it, you guys are doing science degrees, means you're dealing with a large volume of information. It doesn't really matter which science degree that is, it's going to be a lot of information thrown at you very rapidly. You have to process that, you have to find the important information, and then you have to, most of the time, either present it to yourself or to someone else in a way that they're going to understand. So what that tells me is that all of you here should be able to find the important part from a mound of information. Secondly, I'm pretty sure everyone who's a postgrad has written a grant application. They're writing theses, you're writing research papers. What does that mean? It means you can write. So any field that requires writing, you can write. You can learn different styles because every journal article ever published will have a different style guide. So now you can write, right? What else? You've managed projects, your own projects. So you have an aspect of project management, you know how to deal with timelines. Funding applications close on hard deadlines. If that closes, you miss it, you don't get funding, so you can work to a deadline. You can present yourself to people because often you have to present your research at a conference. You know, all of these are the skills that you have that aren't specific to your field of research that allow you to broaden your horizons outwards. That being said, I've given a very rosy picture. It wasn't without its challenges, because you spend, by the time you graduated with your PhD, you probably spent 8 to 10 to, or in my case, 12 years working in an institution, in a field, a system you're comfortable, some might say complacent. So you then have to now break out of that. It's daunting, it really is daunting. But you do learn to cope with it. You also learn to deal with a corporate environment. That is a change. It's not the easiest change. I personally enjoy it. I think it's a good change. It was nice to sort of get into a slightly more rigid structure, where things do have protocols that act the way you expect them to act, and you're taught to do things, and you're told, okay, well, if X problem happens, do Y. People have thought about these, and the thing is, in business, if X happens and you don't do Y, things go wrong, and things come down and fall on your head. So that is one of the aspects you do have to learn, is that there is different levels of responsibility. There's also quite a bit, in my personal experience, there was quite a bit of stress getting to terms with new material. While I did say you guys can learn really quickly, learning can still be stressful. So also learning when that's your paycheck can be stressful. Because I just pitched ourselves as people who deal with intelligence, learn stuff, and tell people. So now, go ahead, find information, learn stuff, tell someone about it, collect paycheck. If you do that wrong, no paycheck at the end, bit of stress. Yeah, so I think overall my takeaway message is have a hard look at yourself and what you can offer that is not field specific. That will also help you within your own field, because now you're coming with slightly more information than someone who has the same background as you. Like, okay, well, I did supramolecular chemistry, I studied solubility. There are other people who studied solubility who probably didn't look at, well, I have these other skills and I can present them to you and tell you about them. That would have put me above if I decided I wanted to stay in the same field. Once you've identified those things, don't be scared to reach out. Have a look, see what's out there, give it a shot. The worst they can say is no. So that's the thought I'd like to leave you with.
Thank you very much.